Hi everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. This is Petal. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday so far, whatever you're doing, wherever you are in the world. Again, welcome to Facts and Two Cents. As you know, we're a channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Can't speak. Channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Harry, Meghan, Archie, Baby Lily, Mama Doria, Poola, Guy, the chickens, all of us here at Sussex Squad. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wonderful things are happening. Our faves are doing great. Tomorrow is Archetypes Tuesday, and we're all gonna need therapy. And no, tomorrow is our last day. So before we get into that, I just want to say hi to my friends who are hanging out with me at the moment. Jan Martin, hi, and Kathy G, and Sonia, and Annie. Wait, did I just say? Oh, yeah, there you go. Annie is here, and Dale is here. Hi, guys. Let's see. Patricia Nixon is here. Hi, Patricia, and Connie Bama is here, and Janice and Victoria, Mrs. S, our new 2 Cents Crew member. Yeah, Mrs. S, welcome. Terry is here. Oh, did I say Janet before? Kenitha is here. Hi, Kenitha. And Janine and Robert is hanging out. He's at the wine bar. He is hanging out in Rome, having some Martinelli spritz for me, Robert. So enjoy. Cynthia's here. Hi guys. I know it's one of my, again, impromptu. I do have a crazy schedule, so I kind of have to do for now do a live when I can do a live. And so when the moment I have an opportunity, I will jump on. So I am so grateful that you guys would take a minute of your time to just hang out with me and we just talk Sussex and all the other crazy stuff that's happening. So, thank you so much. I will see. I appreciate your super sticker. Thank you so much for your support. I haven't even started yet, but I just appreciate your support. Thank you so much for your donation. Ruth C is here, and Joan is here, and Karen is here. Hi guys. But anyways, again, oh Connie, I just got you again. Connie's like Jan Martin. um, but anyways, our faves are doing good. We have stuff coming up again tomorrow, Archetypes Tuesday, the final episode. Throughout this, maybe you guys could tell me who you want on it. Again, we were doing it, I think, yesterday, and I am so, my three are Amanda, Harry, and Gloria Steinem. I could go with another person. I could go with, say, the vice president. I don't think she would, but those three are my three: Gloria Steinem, Amanda Gorman, and Prince Harry. Those are my three. So, if you guys have others, I'd love to hear. I know some people are like Hillary Clinton. I'm all for Hillary. I love her to death. It would be amazing if she would be on it. But also tomorrow, as we know, Meghan is booked and busy. Harry, they are booked and busy. Apart from Archetypes, Meghan is also going to be in Indianapolis doing the Power of Women fireside chat, as I call it. So that's going to be happening tomorrow evening. It says an evening with Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Also, there are squaddies that are going to be going. So, let's see, what's her name? Diva Runner. Let's see. Yeah, Joe Diva Runner. That's her handle on Twitter. She posted this. She says, Squatties, within the next couple of days, a large group of our ladies will be traveling to Indianapolis for the Power of Women event featuring Meghan. So let's wish them a safe trip, travel mercies, and an awesome evening. So safe trip, travel mercies, and an awesome evening from us here at Facts and 2 Cents as well. So I don't know if any of you ladies are going to be going, but it's fantastic. I'm happy to hear that a bunch of squatties are going to be going and going to be spending, what I would assume would be a wonderful evening with the ladies at the Power of Women and with Meghan. So kudos. So today might be travel day for everybody. And And so I wish you all, safe travels there and have a great time. So that is stuff we got to look forward to tomorrow. We know other stuff from the others are happening this week, but as I tweeted earlier today, we're gonna mind our own business. That has nothing to do with us. We need not talk about their stuff. We have stuff to talk about. We have things to to support and promote. We don't have time for them. Let their people support and click on their stuff and whatever they want to do with it. We're just gonna focus on our faves. Also coming up on December 6th. It's so funny that all of these things they're like happening on the same days. Like tomorrow is the Power of Women and the final episode of Archetypes. And then on the December 6th, both of these are happening. The Ripple of Hope Award at the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights. We know Harry and Meghan are going to be presented with an award there. And also, we were all voting. I think I voted until my fingers felt like they were going to fall off for the People's Choice Award. So that's going to be also happening on December 6th. So we have stuff to look forward to. And probably maybe that that Phantom docuseries that everybody except Netflix seem to be saying is going to be there. But Netflix has not said a word. And so maybe December 8th or 10th we have a Phantom docuseries. It's just the funniest thing to me. I'm like, this Phantom docuseries that is like nobody wants to really talk about. But apparently it's happening. So who knows? Oh, Naughty Doctor, thank you so much for your donations. Like, lucky to catch you early today, Paddle. I just put my name in. Greetings, Churchy, Elaine, Sister Lydia, Beaten Pal, and Fancy. They're here. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen our moderators at the moment. I'm sure they are off busy doing some. Oh, Church Nelly is here. I didn't see you, Church Nelly. Well, welcome. Sorry. I guess I didn't scroll down far enough and I didn't see you. And so, well, I'm happy you're here and hopefully the others join us. Oh, Karen M is also here, also other moderator. Oh, sorry, guys. Somehow I missed you. And here's George Nelly. She's actually even saying Marvelous Monday, and I missed it all. Sorry. Sorry. But I am happy you are all here. But anyways, again, December 6th, which is I think next week or something, or yeah, I think it's next week, December 6th. This is all going to be happening, and so I am obviously going to be where I have to get the address. I just realized, like, what's the address of the Human Rights Awards? Because this time I'm taking all of you. I'm taking my camera, my pad, my phone, everything that I could take a photo with, because I am not, if there is any opportunity for a photo, it is not going to be a blur like the last time. That red blur, that's all I had, the red blur of Meghan's dress. That was my big my big photo time, take him, or at least being a paparazzi at a moment for a moment. It was that red blur of Meghan's dress. So I am determined if there's an opportunity where they're walking in from the street or we're allowed to see them in some way, that I will have a decent photo of them. So that is what I am. That is my wish and my dream. So hopefully we'll get big photos and videos and stuff to share. Please keep your fingers, toes, and everything crossed, because I would really, really love that. Oh, thank you so much, Joan Garcia. I appreciate your donation. She says, Petal, I emailed Spotify yesterday asking them to add another season of Archetypes. Thank you and bless you, Joan. We all need this. Thank you. I think we should, I'm assuming it's a it's not just one season for this. I'm assuming and hoping. So thank you. And if it is, then yes, we all should be emailing Spotify like, no, we need more of this. And my hope is that, next 10 would be Harry joining in and him doing it. Or if not, then Meghan continues next year. However they want to do it, I just want archetypes, and in whatever form that it is, I really want it there. So hopefully. So thank you, John. You awesome squatty. I appreciate that. Initiative. Yes, letting Spotify know what we need. So that is awesome. But anyways, moving on. And if you're new here and you see that little scrolly thing going by at the bottom there, please go ahead and subscribe and click the notification bell so that you know when we drop a video. Please like and share this video. If you're all my 252 friends that are hanging out at the moment, please go ahead and click that like button, and please share it with your friends as we try to build this platform. And please join our channel. You can join our 2 cents crew, and so where you support the channel monthly, and my little perks that I try to put in there as well. So, but thank you guys so much for all of you who already have joined. So anyway, moving on. So today we got this drop, and it was just like, oh, that's a surprise. Well, not really surprising, right? Because it's Meghan. She's always going to do something like this. But, who knows where it comes from. And I love the surprises because tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. And I didn't know that until today. And I was like, oh, tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. And so ahead of Giving Tuesday, we have this little really cool drop today from Archwell, from Meghan. And so Scobie, it was the first time I saw it, Scobie tweeted, ahead of Giving Tuesday tomorrow, California accessory brand Kuyana, and I'm assuming that's how they say it, Kuyana is partnering with Smartworks HQ, which is, we know, Smartworks in the UK, and their patron Duchess Meghan to donate 500 bags to women needing help getting into the workplace. The charity now has 9 centers across the UK and has helped over 25,000 women. And this is a little bit about what their press release says. Kuyana partners with Smartworks patron Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, for Women Empowerment Initiative. This November, Kuyana, the direct-to-customer brand founded on the philosophy of fewer, better, is partnering with Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and the UK brand charity the UK-based charity Smartworks for a women's empowerment initiative. Throughout the past decade, Kuyana has made it a mark as a leader within the tote category. The brand best-selling assortment has supported women's lifestyle needs time and time again, with offering that perfectly balances beauty and functionality and delivers upon its core tenets of design, quality, and sustainability. Ahead of the holiday season, Kuyana is proud to partner with Smartworks and their patron Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, to donate 500 of their beloved classic structured totes. We are thrilled to partner with Meghan, the Duchess of and Smartworks, because for over a decade we have designed totes with both beauty, functionality in mind to ensure that the collection is equipped to carry women throughout all stages of their lives, said Carla Gallardo, the CEO of Kuyana. Giving back has always been at the core of our business, whether it is supporting communities of women, artisans, or our planet. This Giving Tuesday, we are so grateful to the Duchess and Smartworks for helping us advance this mission. And they're going to talk a little bit about Smartworks, and I'm going to move my banner just a little bit as I finish reading. Let's just get rid of this banner. Yep, there we go. And just the last paragraph, it says, over the years, this is Meghan, over the years, I've had the privilege of witnessing the magic of Smartworks. Women's confidence and lives transformed, said Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Smartworks invests in women so they know they can thrive in any workplace. And Kuyana is a company that is by women and for women. So this feels the perfect fit. Similar to the Smart Set collection we created many years ago for Smartworks. It's like, it's been many years. It's okay. It's 2019. This collection will support women in the UK as they mobilize back into the workforce. I am proud to bring these two together to further our shared mission of uplifting and empowering women all around the globe. And I just love this. I love this. I mean, part of me was just like, they treat Meghan so horribly in the UK, and here she is still. I mean, yes, she's still the patron of Smartworks, and she still is supporting them in every way. And but it also just like, those some people in the UK, they just batter Meghan day and night, and here she is, still supporting their women, still, being such a light and example, and thinking about their needs, no matter how she is treated. And I feel like it's such a testament to who she is, that she's not letting people negativity, she's not letting people's hate. Um, decide or determine who she is as a person. And it really, again, is a testament to her character and her passion and her drive in supporting women. And it just, less a person like me, I would have been like, peace out to you, Shutter Island. Like, seriously, peace out. I wouldn't. And I'm like, I just gotta learn from Meghan, man. I am a way too petty. I am just way, way, way too petty. And it just shows like she's not a petty person. She's still in there with these people. And it just, what can you say? Kudos to Meghan, because again, her character is not going to be determined by small people on Shutter Island. It's just not. And no matter what they do, she is who she is. This is who she is. She's always who she has been, and she has remained steadfast in that. And I mean, I'm telling you, I just want to uplift a sister here because as Terry's. Where's this thing just jumped? Where is this? There we go. Terry's like, Meghan is so caring and compassionate. She really is. She really, really is. Jonas says, when they go low, Meghan does not go low. She goes high. I'm telling you, she has embodied Michelle Obama's mantra. There are days I'm like, Michelle, I love you and Barack, but even though she's kind of still in my doghouse because what she did that time, but I still love her, but there are days I'm like, when they go low, my temptation is like, I'm just gonna go lower because I'm really petty sometimes. And so I have to remember, it's like, no, you don't need to go there. Because even though in my mind I want to go there, but I'm just like, Meghan is such an example. She just doesn't. She just does not. And I think that's probably what really ticks off those on Shutter Island, because they really want her to go, because that's the thing. They expect her to be who they are. They expect her to be this nasty person, and she's not. And it's just like, that's why they're pulling their hair out. They don't know what to do with this woman because she will not be defined by them. And so it's amazing watching her. Dolores says, hello, everyone. Princess Meghan is proving service is universal. Yes, it is. And I love it how Meghan it just did, it kind of just went, because the whole of Shutter Island's focus is on the US. And Meghan's like, oh, I'm just going to focus on my friends in the UK. I love that. I love that. It's like, you go, Meghan. Karen M., our awesome moderator, says, Meghan is one woman that knows how to network and pair the right people up. Jealousy is going to be off the chains. Yes, it is. And again, is that community. Her and Harry are always building community. And now here she has hooked up one of her brands with Smartworks. I mean, always building community and matching people's core values to each other. And just, it's wonderful. It's just absolutely wonderful. Hi, Colette. She's like lawyer pedal. How are you, Colette? I am doing good. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I'm very happy to hang with you. Jan says that's why Princess Meghan and Prince Harry will always be blessed because they are constantly doing things to uplift others and letting their light shine, something on royals will never do. And I'm telling you, that's where the jealousy is because they don't have to be they don't have to have all the press behind them and all of that stuff and be having a million, pieces of, sort of puff pieces in the press to do what they do. They just do what they do. And that is it. So I just love it. It's so uplifting and it's so positive and I love it. So anyway, let's see. Fran Connie. Hello, Fran. Fran says, hi, Petal. I love you show. I've been a subscriber for a while now, but haven't been on the chats. Oh, well, I'm happy you're here, Fran. I was just about to say, I don't remember this name, especially the last name. I love listening to you and Baron, but for some reason, I've been blocked. Oh, you've been blocked well, you're obviously not blocked here because you're on here. So have you been blocked from Baron? So let me know specifically. So now if so, I will let him know to check on it. So, but I'm happy you're here and you're in the chat. So welcome. Emerald says, way to go, Meghan. So proud of Meghan for her commitment to Smartworks. I know. Even though I can be petty, I'm like, oh, why she's still supporting, even though that, many on that island are trashing her on the daily. But it's really a great thing that she is still, her heart is still there to support and to help, and nobody's going to change that. Mad World says it's wonderful to see that Meghan isn't allowing someone's negative judgment to stop her from giving back to those in need. That is why she's lived. Oh, why she's, I'm assuming you mean loved around the world. I'm telling you, it is awesome. It is awesome to see that heart. It is absolutely, absolutely awesome. So there. Terry says, I have to take a page out of Meghan's book. You and me both. You and I, Terry, you and I. I was like, shoot, I need to not be thinking of going low. I was like, oh. Let's see. Let's see what else. Who else is chatting about this? Why Gordon says, not everyone in the UK hates Meghan. Most of them like Harry and Meghan. The media, royal family, and royal fans are the problem. Oh, when I say the UK, that's what I mean. I'm so sorry. Again, I should be specific because not everyone know that what I am, who I am speaking about when I say Shutter Island and the UK. And especially people attacking Harry and Meghan, I am specifically talking about royalists. I'm specifically talking about the UK press and the royal family. So those royal crazy ones who are for, all the lies that they, throw at Harry and Meghan on the daily, especially on social media and the press and the royal family. So that's what I'm talking about. And I obviously know that there are a section of the British public that don't feel that way at all, that they're very supportive. And a lot of them are, we have them right here, squatties right here, who are not part of that. So just again, thank you for saying that so that, people who don't know that for me, I need to be specific in saying that speaking specifically about a section of the British public, not everyone. So yeah, no, there are definitely people in the UK that love Harry and Meghan. So there. Sylvia says, hi, Sylvia. Sylvia says, Meghan is so peaceful and kind that that is why she had to step in. That is why we have to step in and defend her. Michelle and Tina used to say, step back, Meghan. We will say what you will not say. We stand in to defend Meghan. Very, very true. Very, very, very true. Let's see. Kuyana says that Sussex is the true meaning of paying it forward because they understand the assignments every time. They sure do. They sure do understand the assignments. And Miriam P. Hello, Miriam P. Miriam says, pedal. Hi, Miriam. It's so funny. Whenever I hear someone just says pedal, period, it reminds me of my mom. If she calls and says pedal, I was like, my first instance is like, what did I do? My mom is great. She's never like upset at me or anything, but it's always that thing. And I think I got it from my grandmother. Whenever I hear it, whenever she would use my whole name, Petal Weeks, I knew I was in trouble. So whenever I see that pedal full stop, I think that's what gives me like, flashbacks like, oh. But anyway, I digress. Miriam is saying, just want to point out that 2 years into to the day Meghan published the op-ed, Kate does the same. Oh, really? Oh, well, I guess imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, I guess. Copycat, copy single white femaling as usual. But we will leave Shutter Island people to, stay over there and copy. Mrs. S, hello. Mrs. S says, wow, Meghan is amazing. She is. Every day she shows why she is loved. This morning, Pure features someone on the talk show who said, what have they done to deserve the award? Do I need to answer? No. No, just leave them. Let them stay there wondering. That's where they deserve. No, it's kind of like, for me, looking at that now, it's like this reason I don't respond to any stuff like that. It's like throwing pearls to pigs. They don't want the truth. They just want to sit there and lie or just wonder. So just let them wonder. Don't throw your pearls to pigs. So there you go. That's how I feel about that. Let's see. Miss Simpson says I need to go to the site to see the products. I like that tote. Well, yes. I'll also put a link in the show notes so that way if you'd like to go over and shop, please do. But anyway, let's see what else we have on. This is a little bit from what Kuyana. This was on their Instagram today. It says Smartworks invest in women so they know that they can thrive. It's a little bit what we just read. They can thrive in any workplace, and Kuyana is a company that is by women and for women. So this feels a perfect fit. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, patron of Smartworks, and so Kuyana, this was their Instagram post today. It says, ahead of Giving Tuesday, Kuyana is partnering with the UK-based charity Smartworks and their patron, Meghan. I think we just read that. The Duchess of Sussex for a women's empowering initiative. Kuyana is proud to donate 500 of their classic structured totes to the charity, which exists to inspire and empower women who needs help getting into work. The charity has 9 centers across the UK and has supported 25,000 women since its founding in 2013. Through this donation, Kuyana is delivering a work wardrobe essential to further support the charity's mission. And I mean, again, I absolutely love it. And if you're interested in the bag, this is the tote here. And, as a wonderful Sussex Squad M tweeted today, she says each Kuyana tote was around $240. By facilitating the donation of 500 totes to Smartworks, Meghan Markle is adding approximately 120,000 of monetary value, and we can see the tote. And so when I saw that tweet, I was like, whoa, really? So I jumped over to Kuyana, and sure enough, all of their totes are, that's their price, $248. So again, I will put the link in the show notes. If you have $248 or more, that, plus tax, that you are interested in, purchasing for yourself or purchasing for someone as a gift, hey, why not? It's beautiful. It's a little bit remind me of the Smart Set collection tote bag, which I have. I think I have way too many bags, so I'm just gonna leave. Well, I can't really afford this anyway, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. I was like, oh, times are hard, but it's beautiful. I absolutely love them. But these and others, I think the one that they're donating is a little bit different to this one, but they're all the same price. So it just is very, very interesting and and I love the colors. They're pretty colors too. So again, it just, hey, And Joan says, Karen, I bet whatever Meghan wears will be sold out instantly. Yeah, that bag would be gone, I'm sure. They better, Kuyana, I hope they have like a whole bunch in their warehouse somewhere, because things that Meghan touch usually get sold out. So absolutely. Um, let's see. Very nice. I love it. Oh, Karen says about the same price as a purse from Macy's. Oh, okay. There you go. So I guess they're all about the same. They're all about the same price. They're beautiful, and they last for a long time. So you'll have them for quite a while. So there you go. It's a good investment if you have the funds to do it. So there you go. Splurge. Anyway, so this is not the first time Meghan is teamed up with them. Actually, in 2019, as you can see, I'll just pull that. You can see at the bottom of the clip on the left, you see in 2019, Kuyana, they actually tweeted out, Meghan Markle has been collecting bags from conscious brand Kuyana for a while now. So it's just like her to do some research behind the label she supports. So there you go. There's Meghan with one of their totes. And we remember this day. This is when her and her friends, Lindsay, and I forgot her other friend's name, were at Wimbledon when that whole nasty thing happened. But this was Meghan was had one of their bags there. And so they tweeted out about the bag in 2019. So this is not new for Meghan. It's not a new brand. It's something that she buys, and the brand she supports, bag she literally is using their product. And and the wonderful thing about that with Meghan, I remember when she was doing the smart set collection, and you can remember when the picture on the right, there she is, and she was talking about the things that that you give to the women at Smartworks. It's not stuff that you don't want anymore, or some leftovers, or some, stuff that is old and stuff. It's stuff that, maybe it's, maybe gently used, and it's something that you use on your way to whatever ladder you're climbing. And you feel like, well, you know what? I'm not using this anymore. So how about I give it to another woman so they can, use it and help them under the ladder. And so I love the fact that Meghan isn't just, recommending things that she wouldn't use herself. It's like, look, she's using the same brand, and she is, she has partnered that brand with Smartworks. And I love that. I absolutely love that. So yeah. And I even know this would happen. I saw this today and I was like, oh, and I was kind of in a rush today. And so I actually did not even go back to read this article. So I just saw the clipping and I was like, did I miss this? And did I talk about this and forgot about it? Or did I just completely miss it? Because Bustle, this article from Bustle says, Meghan Markle kicked off Women's History Month by funding a study into female unemployment. Teaming up with Smartworks, the study will help women across the UK. And this was in March. And I was like, did I talk about this and just completely forgot, or did I just completely miss it because I didn't remember it? I was like, oh. And so again, I was this morning was a little bit crazy. I was, I was making soaps, and it was just like, oh. And then I was like, oh, I gotta run and do my live. So again, my schedule is a little crazy. But so I am going to go. I can't tell you about the article because, again, I haven't read it. I just saw the clip and I was just like, did I forget, or I just didn't see this at all? So, but I just love the fact that, she funded a study into female unemployment in the UK. And it's just like, this is amazing. And again, this woman does not live in the UK. And of course, we remember Meghan's capsule collection, the Smart Set collection, of which I have most of those pieces. I think except the pants. The pants and the jacket I don't have. But if you are new here and you didn't know, what Meghan did in 2019 was that she curated this whole all these outfits that you see here for women, for Smartworks, women going back to work, so they can have really professional looking pieces, and that including a tote, which I have, and that, you know, it was fantastic, and they did a whole event. And so Meghan's capsule collection has already provided Smartworks with enough clothing for a year. So and again, if you don't know about it, what it was is that every piece purchased, the outlet that they are working with will donate that outfit to Smartworks. And so many people, I mean, the bag, before the event even started, the bag was sold out. I mean, Scotties went in on that one. And it was such a success that they had enough clothing for a year to help women to have professional looking clothes to go on their interviews and their jobs, you know, should they get the jobs. And so it was just absolutely amazing. And to see Meghan continue now with this bag. I wouldn't be surprised if she teamed up with other organizations to join in Smartworks. I'd love to see a Smartworks branch in the US. You know, that would be really, really fantastic to see a Smartworks branch in the US where they can provide the same service for women here looking to go back into the work field. So yeah, kudos. I love this. It's so great. In spite of my pettiness about how Meghan was treated there, it's good work. And the point of it is uplifting women, no matter where they're from, no matter who they are, what country they are. The point is women are being uplifted, and women who need uplifting. So I just think that is quite a fantastic. Well, we're gonna get back to this in a second, but I'm just gonna get into the chat before we get it on Shutter Island for a second. Let's see what y'all saying in here. Let's see. Mrs. says, "Oh, I'm driving and being independent. I want to do backflips, but they have to remain. That has to remain in my imagination for now." Okay, Mrs. S. She's like, her imagination is that she's doing backflips. You go, Mrs. S. If you can do it, kudos to you, man. Trish Nelly says, yeah, the Rangers want to know why they're getting the awards they are. Oh, the awards that they are. I'm telling you, look, again, if people really want to know, Archwell's website is there. They're free to just go and check. They are free to go on Archwell. Google is also free. Again, I wouldn't even, bother responding to someone who is supposedly asking that question. Let's see. Oh, hello, Compton Caligal. How are you? Welcome. Let's see. I think Mrs. S here talking about doing backflips. That is funny. Victoria says, and the things Meghan touch will be copied too, especially by those old-fashioned women, for example. Always copy, always copy. Again, imitation, the sincerest form of flattery. So, let's see. A couple more before I move on. Let's see. Hi, Kathy G. You're awesome. 2 cent screw member. Kathy says, if they go low, I will touch the center of the earth to roast you. That's why I don't deal with toxic people trying to be a better me. Oh my God. If they go low, I won't touch the center of the earth to roast you. Okay, so Kathy, you're working on being a better you. I will join you there. I think I need to be a better me myself. Oh my goodness. I love it. Um, Rosa says, Puddle, have you checked into the cooking school Princess Meghan helped build in the UK? Oh no, I haven't. I have not. So I guess that's something we will have to do. I will have to check that cooking school. Thank you, Rosa. I haven't. So thank you. Let's see. So anyway, moving on, we're gonna jump to Shutter Island for a second. In spite of everything, we'll jump over there, see what's happening on Shutter Island. Let me take myself out of the way there. Um, so this is happening, and it's funny. It's been the whole, the last few days. There's been a lot of reports about, that that Duke of Edinburgh title that's supposed to have gone to Prince Edward, that the Queen and Prince Philip specifically promised Prince Edward that he would get. He took apparently a smaller title or a lower title when he was married, and he was promised by the Duke of Edinburgh and by his mother, the Queen, that he would get this title. And of course, when they both when the king died, when Prince Philip died, that title obviously reverted to his, to then Prince Charles, now King Charles, and with the intention, and I'm sure the Queen died with that, thinking that my son is going to get that title. But, as we've been talking about forever, Prince Charles cannot get out of the way of his pettiness at all. I mean, we joke here about being petty and, whatever, but this is a level of petty that is it is so sick that this man and one of the worst things that I've seen is how his pettiness not as only has affected his brother and his brother's family, but now King Charles's pettiness is now he's using a child. I don't know, I don't remember how old Charlotte is, but he's using a child to hide his pettiness. And it's unbelievable to me, again, how the royal family use children as, they would use children to hide behind. Again, we saw King Charles, or, then Prince Charles, hiding behind Archie and Lily when that whole cash in a handbag and cash in a suitcase thing came out. Him hiding behind, oh, I met my grandchildren and all that nonsense. And now here is King Charles once again trying to hide his pettiness, trying to hide his lack of respect for his mother and his father behind a 6 or 7-year-old child. And it is so disgusting to me that it just and again, there's a whole nation of people or a whole section of the British population co-signing this deplorable behavior. And look at some of the framing. Well, apart from Richard Palmer, he's one of those gross royal reporters. He tweeted saying, palace officials have say no decisions have been taken yet over the Duke of Edinburgh's title, but they are certainly not ruling out the idea of Princess Charlotte eventually being made Duchess of Edinburgh, though she will surely become Princess Royal, which that is the title. If you don't know, that's the title that Princess Anne has right now. So I guess they're figuring when she passes, then that title will go to Charlotte, whatever. But a lot of the British press, and I'm taking it from Country Living because I didn't want to use one of the tabloids, again, but this is how they are framing this. King Charles is saving this title for Princess Charlotte. King Charles is reportedly saving the title Duchess of Edinburgh for his eldest granddaughter, Princess Charlotte. The title change will be a fitting tribute to the late Queen Elizabeth II, who held the title until ascending to the throne in 1952. For months, royal fans have closely observed that Prince Edward, the king's younger brother, has not inherited the title and was expected following the death of his father, Prince Philip, in 2018, who, wait, Prince Philip didn't die in 2018, died in 2020. But apart from that, who held the title of the Duke of Edinburgh? It would be and this is quoting a source, I guess a palace source. It would be a fitting way to remember the Queen, who of course had the title Duchess of Edinburgh, a way for His Majesty King Charles to honor the line of succession. The source added, the king's move is thought to be in line with his plan to modernize and slim down the monarchy. And you see how they're framing this? That this would be a fitting tribute to his mother. That using a child, a 6 or 7-year-old child, or however old Charlotte is at the moment, I don't remember, hiding his pettiness, the grossness, talk about lack of respect. Again, that lack of respect. I talked about this before in an earlier episode when one of his own, Prince Charles's own courtiers who used to work for the Queen came to St. James Palace when Prince Charles's, or now King Charles's office was at, his court was at St. James Palace, moved over there to work for him and was appalled at the way King Charles and his courtiers were disrespecting the Queen. And people like to say, he liked to be, King Charles liked to fake about, oh mama, and all of this nonsense. This man has never respected his mother. He has never respected her. I mean, apart from the fact that he wrote, that stuff in Jonathan Dimbleby's book, in so many ways. I mean, I remember reading that from his courtier, and forgot his name at the second. If I had thought about it before, I would have brought it in. We talked about it before, but he was so appalled. And one of the things he said was the courtiers of King Charles's, or then Prince Charles's household, they were literally following his example in their rudeness and disrespect for the Queen's household, and i.e. the Queen. And this is the same thing you're seeing here. His mother specifically states she wanted her son, Prince Edward. Now, I have no bone in this game at all, but I'm pointing this out for when people are like, oh no, this is to respect the Queen. No. These people who always attack Harry and Meghan about, oh, they're disrespecting the Queen, they're disrespecting the Queen. This is what blatant disrespect look like. Your mother specifically states that she wants her son, Prince Edward, to have this title. Your father specifically states this is what what I'm promising him when he got married, the Duke of Edinburgh title. And now King Charles, in his pettiness as usual and vindictiveness as usual, decide, oh, no, I'm going to disregard this woman that I supposedly respect. I'm going to disregard what she says, what her desire is, what she specifically states she wants. And I'm going to just disregard your words as nothing. And I'm going to take that title and I'm going to give it to Princess Charlotte as a fitting tribute to you. Even though I just disregard what your wishes, your words, and everything, even though I just disregard who you are, and it's just like, and this is how the press frames it. Oh, it would be a fitting tribute to the Queen. The Queen whose voice and whose words and whose wishes you just literally silenced and disrespected. And they literally do not respect women. It's the same thing he did to Princess Diana. It's the same thing. It's the same silencing. And again, hiding that nasty, vindictive behavior behind a 6-7-year-old child. And this is how I talked about this all along, how the royal family uses children. Why is Princess Charlotte's name in the press with this story? Why? This never, Even if this is what he's going to do, even if he's going to disrespect his mother's wishes, disrespect his father's wishes, why are they using a child to hide behind? It is just so deplorable to me. Again, why would William allow his father to use his child again? I am so happy that Harry, knowing what his family is, took his kids out of here. Why is this child's name a part of this mess? This is nothing but King Charles knowing, again, it's always been talked about how, Prince Edward was the favorite son of his father, and Andrew was the favorite of the mother, and fell in the middle of there somewhere, and King Charles was just never their favorite, and Charles is taking his pettiness out on his brother, which is what it is. And it's wild when you think about the royal family and the members of the royal family, when you think about, say, Prince Edward and Sophie and stuff. And again, I don't care about either one. I have no bone. I just really but I bring this up because talking about the disrespect, but again, I don't understand people who have some form of ability, they had jobs. Sophie had a job before she was a royal. I think she was in advertising, whatever. And even when she got married, they were working outside the royal family. I don't understand why they're still there. I don't understand why they are still there and have not left and be like, no, peace out. I'm going to have save some kind of self-respect and peace out of there and go find jobs. Do like Harry, do like Eugenie and Beatrice, who are out there finding their way in the world and not have to sit there begging for their keep and being at the mercy of this nasty, vindictive man. Let him, if he wants to, as he says, shrinking the monarchy to what his vision is, let him. You have some form of talent or ability. Leave and go out and find a job. Edward is into the arts. I know he tried it before with a production company, which Charles and his people helped kill. When that whole thing came up with, they were filming at Williams School and all that stuff. And, according to an author, it's like, that's something that they could have resolved at home. But Charles allowed his people, I think it was Mark Bolan and I think whoever else, he allowed his people to destroy Edward's company. And Edward, gave up his dreams and went and started working for the royal family. But Edward, you could look. I'm of a person that you're not too old to learn new things. You can go out and learn a trade. You can go. It's the same thing with Andrew. Why are y'all sitting there at the whim of your brother and his messiness? Go find a job. Go find something useful to do in your life instead of sitting there being humiliated on the daily with this mess. Can you imagine? If that title had gone to Edward, then that will pass down to his son. And it's a legacy he could have given to his son. Can you imagine what they must be feeling, the kids must be feeling? Because, something that was supposed to be my father's, all of a sudden, my father is not worthy of it, so they give it to Charlotte. Look at what happens to the relationship there between Edward and William and their family. What happens to their relationship? I mean, again, they're both nasty people. We saw what they did to Meghan. We saw the Commonwealth Church. If you look at it, and if I'm being really petty, Sophie especially deserves what she gets. She's not going to be the Duchess of Edinburgh, that's for sure. Or at least as far as we can see. So she deserved for what she did. But, I'm not being petty here. I'm just saying, I'm looking at this and thinking, this is your moment to get out. Leave. Go, instead of being there again, looking depressed. And, I was on Barron's podcast yesterday for a second. And so I think he was featuring one of Sophie's very depressed looking photo. And I'm like, you don't have to stay there. Leave. Go back to advertising or do something, with your life. Why would you stay in a situation where people are treating you in this way? But we'll see what they end up doing. I don't see that Edward is probably strong enough to leave. But you know I I can I just I like V. Thomas says, Pedal, they're all petty. I don't feel no sympathy to Edward and evil Sophie. Again, it's probably one of my lesser petty days. On a normal petty day, I would be like, you two deserve what you got. But I do remember at that Commonwealth service when Sophie was being very nasty and Kate, Edward was the only one that spoke to it, and it was Harry and Meghan were having a good time talking to Edward while the others were being nasty. So at least Edward had that going for him. And then he went to the Caribbean and then everything went haywire after that. But I give Edward that one moment when he was actually, the better of all of them. So in that vein, I wish Edward well. I wish, again, I wish him to go off and go find himself. He's a man who's passionate about the arts and all of those things. We thought that he was going to get that theater patronage, and they gave it to Camilla. I mean, I don't know what Camilla has to do with the theater, but that's them. Edward didn't get it. And so it's George Shelley says, Petal, they never work. They're dependent on the monarchy. Well, before they worked for the monarchy, they had Edward had a production company, and I think they did a couple of. I think they did one successful show. Don't ask. And then they did another one that bombed at some kind of a sports thing with the Royals or some mess like that, and that bombed. And then they had that mess with filming at Prince William's school that, again, like I said before, Prince Charles had a hand in his people destroying Edward's company. And Sophie, I think, worked in, I think it's advertising, marketing, something like that she did. She had a company. So it's not like they're completely, without some form of experience working outside the royal family. All I'm saying is, why sit there and take this? Leave. Have some pride in yourself. I'm having second-hand embarrassment for them, I think is what it is. I was like, I would never put up with that nonsense. I'd be like, I am out. Peace out. You can run your own monarchy by yourself. I am not going to sit here and be humiliated. I would leave. So Alan says, Paddle, do you think it's possible there's something King Charles III knows about Eddie and Soph that is keeping him from giving them that title? I don't know. But whatever he knows about Edward and Sophie couldn't be any worse than they know about him. King Charles is one of the most corrupt people in the world, as we can see from our last episode, as you can see from again, being in a blacked out limo, going to some Qatari people, taking their money. I mean, there is no one more corrupt than King Charles. So whatever he has on Edward, it couldn't be any worse than I'm sure the rest of the royal family has on him. So I'm like, look, again, Harry, Harry paved the way for them. So if they want to take it and have some kind of self-respect, that's all I'm saying. So Joy said, Meghan would have looked like Sophie had she stayed there, I'm telling you. But Meghan wasn't the type, and Harry was not going to stay. Yeah. I mean, Meghan talked about thriving instead of just surviving. And, again, as a photographer, I always try to not go just by a photo because, again, when you take a photo, is just a second or millisecond of time. And then, a second later, everything could change and it's a completely different mood. So I try not to do that. But it's hard when you look at some photos of Sophie, especially at that, that state dinner mess that they had with that South African President Cyril Ramaphosa the other day, she looked downright depressed. I mean, maybe there were pictures of her smiling. I don't know. And again, not to judge too hot, too much on a photo, just a photo, but she simply didn't look happy. Why would she? I mean, again, it must be embarrassing because we know how much she and Edward, they were just out there, just, doing everything to, we want that title. Yep, that title is coming. They really were out there vying for that title. And just to be humiliated in front of the world and knowing that that now they're thinking of giving it to a 70-year-old. I mean, how humiliating. And again, maybe King Charles could change his mind, and maybe this is just to test the waters to see how people react to it, which is a lot of times they do stuff like this. But again, why bother? Why allow yourself? I mean, King Charles is a petty person. He will never, ever, ever feel like he's in power unless his foot is on somebody's neck. This is the man he is. Unless you are bowing and kissing his feet, he will never feel empowered. So if you're going to be around him, you just be prepared to be a yes person who is licking his boots on the daily. Now, if that's the life that they want to be living, that's on them. But again, why? Why would you want to? If you have some form of talent, why? Why would you want to put up with it? I guess we're all different, but that's just me. Joy says Sophie looked angry at the funeral. She must have found out that, well, yeah, after the queen died, that's, she was apparently the queen's fave according to their tabloids. Who knows if that's true. But according to the tabloids, she was, one of the queen's faves. So she definitely, she talked, at least she did interviews about how close she was to the queen and, and Prince Philip. And so, yeah, she must have known King Charles's character. I'm sure it was not a surprise to them. And if you remember, years ago when Sophie got caught in a sting where from, I think it was either the Sun or one of those tabloids, they did a sting on her where she thought she was talking to, I think, investors to a company or something, or like some Arab investors, whatever. But it was a reporter. And in that reporter, she had some not so nice things to say about Charles. I think one of the things she said was that he was not popular in the family, which he's not, is the truth. But I think Charles has probably been holding a grudge against Sophie from way back then, which, I wouldn't be surprised. So, yeah, I'm telling you, he's not, that man ain't going to give them that title no matter what they do. Sonia says, Petal, do you mean Edward and Sophie were getting ready to measure the trips? I think they already measured and bought the trips. I'm telling you, they were out there. They used the whole of Prince Philip's funeral. They went on this morning tour, and it was all about Prince Philip and how, they love him because, they were going to get that Duke of Edinburgh title. And they just went on a morning tour over it. And, I think that's also part of ticked off King Charles and, Pettiness. Pettiness jumped in there. Let's see. I'm telling you, they are so messy. They are so messy. Compton Caligas says, oh, Charlotte, Grandpa Charles gave you the title before he tear you down and you become a scapegoat for George. Of course. They're already doing it. They've already started on that. So, yeah, of course. Let's see. Hazel says, hi Hazel. Hazel says, Sophie deserved this for her behavior at the Commonwealth service. Plus, she didn't like Camilla. Charles was going to punish that. Poor Edward was dreaming about the dukedom at the service. Yeah, they both were dreaming. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I'm like, this is really horrible. I'm laughing at somebody's pain and I didn't mean to laugh. But it's just like, they and go on that tour. And yeah, they were just really dreaming about this. And so I guess that didn't go down well at all. Uh, I'm terrible. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not, I should not be laughing about this. But anyways, um, Mia Sylvester. Hi, Mia Sylvester. I don't think I've seen you here before, so welcome. Or maybe I just missed you. Mia says Spotify gave a statement. Archetypes was a huge hit. I hope Meghan gets a new series. Yeah, it did. I think Dawn Ostroff is her name. She is the Spotify head, and she talked about how archetypes have really connected with people, and it is a huge hit. And so yeah, I mean, people have not talked about podcasts as much as we've talked about Spotify. I'm sorry, about archetypes. So yeah, it is definitely made a huge impact. So yeah. Sylvia saying, Kenita, Edward is going nowhere but to his mansion. Harry wanted to leave the royal family with his family when Meghan was having a hard time, but Harry said he was told no. Yeah, I don't think Edward is going anywhere. If anything, I could totally see Sophie packing her bag. I just could see her packing, like, I am going away from here. So I could tell, again, I am so sorry. That's terrible. I'm laughing, but it's sad, but it's also really it's also really funny. Anna's here. Hi, Duchess of Success. How are you? She says they're going to wish they welcomed Harry and Meghan. They will be at the mercy of petty Charles now and have no real skills or work ethics. They are definitely at his mercy. This is so true. They are definitely at his mercy. And yeah, because also they could really have used what Meghan and Harry have done and how they've been able to, leave the royal family, segue into the life that they now have. Edward and Sophie really could have used, had they not been stupid and kissing up to Kate and William. They could have really used, I mean, they could still, try to imitate what Harry and Meghan did. It's very public how they have transitioned, but they could have really used Harry and Meghan now as real support if they wanted to, say, leave, or how to transfer their skills, whatever skills they have now and whatever they had before, into a career where they don't have to live at the mercy of a really petty, vindictive king, but now they're probably stuck. And, again, who apart from, again, what they were doing before and whatever skills they have now, I mean, to be honest and to be fair, I mean, I have seen Sophie out doing well, the royal family's version of work. I mean, she recently was in Africa for different countries in Africa for like a couple of weeks, and really nobody cared other than the royal family channel and maybe one royal reporter, but nobody cared. But she was out there. I saw pictures. There was this girl who, she's not really a squatty, but she posts a lot of pictures about different members of the royal family, and I saw pictures on her Twitter feed of Sophie being in Africa and doing whatever it is she was doing there, but nobody else seemed to care. So at least I see her trying to do some form of whatever, again, the royal family deem work, quote unquote. But I'm always of the, like, what does Edward do? Like, I don't really know what he does, So again, he did have a company, a production company, a film production company. So maybe he could go back and do that. I don't know. I'm sitting here trying to give Edward and Sophie advice on how to get away from a nasty king. They're probably like, we're hopefully fine kissing his boots and licking, kissing and licking his boots. So, who knows? Victoria, thank you so much, Duchess of Success. I'm so happy you're hanging for a bit. Victoria says, Fred must have a very long list how he was treated by his family in the past, and now as a known jealous and vindictive person, he goes one after the other point on the list, allegedly. Yes, allegedly. The man is I mean, just look at his actions. Vindictive, petty to the core, And again, it's just, even the notion of like, oh, Prince Andrew can't, he is forever. I'm like, again, King Charles is no better than Andrew. He is no better. He's probably worse, especially when it comes to those corrupt things Prince King Charles does. So again, if you're okay with Charles, you should be perfectly fine with Andrew. So if he can be king, I don't blame Andrew for fighting back and thinking, well, if you can do this, so can I could be working for the royal family. If you can do it, so can I. And I don't blame him. I seriously don't blame him. That does not, for me, that does not negate what Andrew did, as we know all the stuff he did. But in terms of him and comparing him and Charles, if Charles could be king, Andrew could do whatever he wants in the royal family, because again, they are no different. They are two peas in a pod. Let's say. Yes, this is what I was talking about. Remember that Sophie criticized Charles and Camilla years ago, and he will never forget. Yep, this is exactly what I was talking about. Sophie will not get the Duchess of Edinburgh title. I'm telling you, Charles he's a memory of an elephant. He is not forgetting what Sophie did. I mean, she apologized and then committed her life to the royal family. And then this is the thing, the royal family, they are not loyal in any sense of the word. There is no loyalty here. They're not. You can sit there and devote your life to that family, devote your whole being, and they will kick you to the curb without even a thought. That book, I think we talked about it here before. I think it was the one, and what do you do? It talks about how the royal family treats their staff. Like if one dies, for example, like Queen Betty, when she passed away, Angela Kelly was kicked to the curb immediately. They didn't even include her in the funeral. I don't even know. She may have gone to the funeral, whatever, but she was no part there. King Charles just kicked her to the curb. Frankly, she's seemed to be this mean-spirited person anyway, so she deserved that. But it's how they treat staff. Their motto is, when a person dies, the staff dies with them. It doesn't matter if you have nothing, they will kick you out. And that's how they are. And so, hence that, when Charles was moving, when the Queen died and Charles, they were whatever doing stuff with the staff. On one day of her funeral, not the funeral was what I think the day of like a memorial, whatever they were doing. That's the day they decided to tell staff that they were getting fired. I mean, it was just that's how these people are. They're not loyal in any sense of the word. So anybody marrying into the royal family, like Sophie or say, Kate or definitely Meghan, they will throw you under the bus and kick you to the curb. They have no qualms about that. And I mean, these people are brutal. They are absolutely brutal. Let's say who's packing her baggage and stealing crown jewels. Oh, who's doing that? Is that Sophie? Joy says Sophie isn't going anywhere. She waited too late. Yeah. And she picked the wrong person to be backing, because I don't think, William and Kate are going to be there for her to try to get her. Notice who, the fact that William and Kate's daughter is who they're saying they want to give that title that's supposed to be her and her husband's. They're giving it to William and Kate's child. I wonder how she feels about that family now. So yeah, talk about backing the wrong horse. Let's see. What else you guys are saying here? Lex says he literally is going against QE2 wishes. Are we to believe that he is sending all his love to Harry and Meghan in the US? He has shown that he will use their children and grandchildren. He is sick. I completely 100% agree. Yep. Completely disregard the Queen's wishes, completely disregards his father's wishes. Oh, but I'm going to honor them by disregarding their wishes and doing what I want because it benefits me. That's King Charles. That's him in a nutshell. That is him. Unbelievable. And, again, despicable, using children to hide his nastiness behind. Unreal. Let's say. Joy says the palace was probably funding the production company for Edward. The palace pulled the funds when they're ready, and they did. I know that he had gone into debt, and I think the Queen bailed him out of debt. And I think Sophie also, there was something with her company going to debt, and I think the Queen. So then they devoted their whole life to the Queen after that. Um, so yeah, yeah, that. I guess they felt like, if they get bailed out. And again, she apparently felt really bad because of that sting, so in order to be in the Queen's good graces, then of course, she decided to give up her dreams and whatever. I mean, I'm assuming that was her dreams, to go work full time for the royal family, and now she's kicked to the curb. So there you go. Let's see. Oh, Duchess of Success. Am I understanding this correctly? That you're doing judo? Is that Am I understanding that correctly? And that you have a test coming up, and that I'm keeping my fingers crossed that you passed your test. Did I understand it correctly? Maybe I am, maybe not. But I hope you I hope you pass. And so yeah, good. I mean, is it judo, or maybe I'm wrong? Maybe I have the wrong thing, but I think I saw judo. But anyway, let's see. Madwell says, does Sophie and Edward receive their income from Charles without having to lift a finger to work? That might explain it. Well, I think what happened, Edward and Sophie didn't receive, I don't think they got money from the sovereign grant. I think they got money from the Queen herself when she was alive. I don't know how it's working now with her gone. So I'm not sure if they are now going to get money from the sovereign grant. Again, I've seen pictures of Sophie out doing, I mean, she definitely is out more than, say, Kate. She's definitely out doing whatever it is she's doing. And again, she just came, recently was in Africa, visiting different African countries, a few weeks ago, again, although nobody cared. And yeah, so who knows? But my thing with that is Edward's like, I don't know what he does. I don't know what Edward does. They have an 80-room house, and I kind of don't know what he does. So anyways, I'm scrolling all the way down before we move on away from Edward and Sophie. She does have a judo test. Thank you, Wilson. That's what I thought I saw. So well, good luck, best wishes. I hope that's okay to say. I know in theater it's like break a leg, so I'm not sure what's the best thing to say for this. So fingers crossed, toes crossed that you passed your test. Yeah. Um, let's see. Oh, Sylvia saying, did you see Sophie treated Duchess Meghan to a death stare at a Queen's funeral? Her whole demeanor I mean, part of it, I don't want to judge someone's behavior too much at a funeral. Again, on a photo, sometimes, again, it's a second and then it looks like you've just been miserable and angry your whole time when that may not be the case. So that's why I always rather judge things on a video. But she, she looked miserable the whole time. And again, they were at a funeral. And so, and she loved, at least she said she loved the Queen, and it seemed that they had a great relationship. So, I mean, again, I don't want to judge that too much, although I am not here for Sophie. I don't want to, at the funeral, I don't want to, judge too much on their, behaviors, and people respond to these things in different ways. But I did see this there. Yes, I did see it. Yeah. Let's see. Sheila says, Queenie could have set up each of her kids and their families independent of the institution, even if they fronted for the institution for a paycheck. She continued centuries old mess, no ambition. Yeah, I mean, she definitely could have if she wanted to. Maybe she thought Charles wouldn't be vindictive and petty. Wishful thinking. Maybe she thought he would do the right thing. Who knows? I mean, she definitely set up Andrew because, she paid off his that money to Virginia and all of that stuff. But yeah, I anyways, let's move on from Edward and Sophie's mess. Again, hopefully they move. Um but on to back in the US. Well, not even the US. They are in Argentina, or at least the shoot took place in Australia. Church Nelly, this is for you again. I'm telling you, you cannot say I did not give you a Christmas present. So this is Christmas come early. So, anyways, so yesterday I had featured shots of Nacho on the podcast. So this one was from Nacho's his Instagram, and this is what it was on his Instagram, and it was just interesting to me because on the Instagram it also featured Zara, who is obviously Princess Anne's daughter, and but it didn't feature Mike. So maybe, and they did, this whole photo shoot was for Vogue Australia, and so maybe it was just only people who specifically are horse people, like Nacho and Delphina, and also Zara and this girl who is undercover. But yeah, it was just I just thought it was interesting, like, oh, on his, even though there was that photo that included Mike, Nacho didn't include him in this. And maybe I'm just being a conspiracy theorist that, ooh, maybe Nacho doesn't like him. Maybe because he said something nasty about Harry. Maybe. And that's just me being a conspiracy theorist. I'm sure Nacho is probably like, I'm just featuring horse people. So there. So Nacho says, incredible shoot with Vogue Australia. A pleasure to be part of this equestrian special edition for Magic Millions. Thanks to Katie and Jerry to bring us all together. We are looking forward to being back on the Gold Coast for Magic Millions in January. So like I was saying yesterday, they are doing something in Australia together in January. So whatever it is they're doing, best of luck. But Church Nelly, this is for you. Christmas has come early. And finally, it's so funny. I missed this when it was a couple of days ago, actually, Tackle HIV tweeted this, and I totally missed it. I had it in my in my bookmarks, and then today I was like, oh, I forgot to bring this in. Tackle HIV, which is the HIV organization that Garrett Thomas founded, I think. So they tweeted this. It's like, we are very honored to have the support of Prince Harry. Allies are so important to the HIV community, and it's so important to help break down the stigma still associated with the virus. And on the photo, it says, when we have someone who arguably has one of the largest platforms, someone with such a wide-reaching voice, and he's willing to use that voice to help people and motivate people in this community, then that's all going to travel far and reach people that maybe wouldn't normally have this conversation. That's by Garrett. And so, Garrett, if you don't know, was a rugby player, and he was diagnosed with HIV. And so, he's one that the British press outed, and he came out and talked about it. It was just a horrible situation. And Harry was there and Meghan were there, just really supportive of him. And Harry has been supportive, and really doing work with the HIV community. Again, that came from Princess Diana when she was doing it, and then Harry is doing it. And so he has been doing this for years. And it's so great for him, just when this happened to Garrett, that Harry was there to embrace him and really be able to work with Tackle HIV in the community, HIV community. So kudos to them. And again, Harry and Meghan just reaching out to people and just being there to uplift, to support, to in every way possible, and to lend their platform to people who probably would normally not have the kind of the kind of reach that they have if Harry and Meghan weren't there with them and supporting them. So it is so absolutely fantastic. So yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna jump in the chat for a second before we end. I know the Duchess. Oh wait, oh my gosh, I think she started already. The Duchess of Success podcast. I think it started already, or it's just maybe coming up. And I wasn't looking at the time. And so, but all 606 of our wonderful friends who are on the chat right now. If you can go ahead and click the like button, that would be really awesome. And please share the video as we try to, build the channel and have more, bigger platforms, celebrating our faves and sharing their work with those around the world, hopefully. So anyway, we're gonna jump in the chat for a couple of minutes before we end. Let's say, Maria M says, I have some good stuff that I don't use for different reasons. I would love to donate it to someone like this charity. I just don't want to donate to Goodwill. Hey, yeah, absolutely. If you definitely check out Smartworks. I'm gonna put the link in the show notes, or if want to go to smartworks.org, I think it is. But I'm also gonna put the link in the show notes if you want to check. Give me about 20 minutes after this video end so that I pull in all the show notes that I don't already have there. And you can just click on the link and contact Smartworks and see how you can work with them to make sure that they get your donations. I'm sure a lot of women would be really happy to be able to get some awesome clothes. So thank you. That is awesome. See, Megan's generosity is inspiring others. Well, not that you needed that, Maria M. I'm sure, you were thinking that before, but I love this. I absolutely love this. One woman inspiring another. So there. Let's see. Vinnie Blair says, to be fair, the British public, they don't know a lot of what Harry and Meghan do in the US and around the world. The British media knows, but they only print bad, controversial stories about the Sussexes. Vinny, on one hand, you are absolutely correct. The British media will only, or I will say the majority of times, will only print negative stuff about the Sussexes. But because this is the year 2023, where there is access to Google and Google is free and that there is internet all over the world, and if you don't have one, you can go to a library, there is no excuse if someone wants to know what Harry and Meghan, just Google. Google is totally free. So if people don't know, it's because they don't want to know. They don't want to put in the effort, one, to get away from the British tabloids especially, and go look for the truth. And look, the truth is out there if you want to know it, And so while yes, there is that aspect of the media, the British press, and some in the US and a lot in Australia. I mean, it's all over. They rather print the negative stuff. It behooves all of us, if we want to know the truth about something, we go look for it. Harry and Meghan have a website. They could just simply go look there, or Google Harry and Meghan's charities. It'll all come up. Google is free, so yeah, that's my thing about that, but a lot of times people just rather believe, they rather just believe what the tabloids say. And yeah, unfortunately, I mean, we have that here, hello, make America great again community. They rather just believe the nonsense. So yeah. Thank you, Ed. There are some things that are just funny. Thank you. Let's see. Thank you. Hildy says, I just want to check in and make sure everybody is doing great. We'll listen later. Thank you, Petal. You're welcome, Hildy. We're doing great. At least I'm doing great. I'm not speak for everyone else, but I'm hoping everyone else is doing great. Yes, thank you, Hildy, for checking in. Let's see. John Commonwealther has a great idea. In America, you can donate to Dress for Success. Don't know if they are still in operation. Oh, well, there you go. That's a good thing, Maria M., to check into if Dress for Success is still in operation. I know with COVID, so many organizations went out of business. So definitely check and see if you're in the US, check Dress for Success. And if not, definitely check in with Smartworks. Let's see. And again, I'm going to put the link in the show notes so that way you can have that. Let's see. Macwell says, does the British media do a blackout if they don't want certain things to come out? At least that's what John Oliver has said. Oh, yeah, we've talked about that on this podcast numerous times. They will do a complete news blackout. Complete. Especially, I remember there are times when the Queen, stuff with the Queen. I remember, even contacting a couple of outlets like, why aren't you talking about this? I remember there's one time when there was the Queen, there was an article come out about all the pedophiles in the church, and they completely just did not include the Queen. I mean, other than the fact that she's the head of the church. And then every other outlet was just completely silent. There, it's kind of like, and it was just like, wow, and there were a couple of other things, I think, with, well, I don't remember what they were about, but they were a complete news blackout. You will not see it. Oh, there was when it came out that the Sun had hired a US investigator to get like Meghan's her phone records, her social security, and all of that stuff. None of them, other than because Byline Investigates is the one that did the investigation and brought it out, and they were even calling out the news media because it was complete blackout, complete silence, and nobody would talk about it. It's unreal. They would do that. So yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, Cynthia says it is a chain reaction of compassion and action. Service is universal. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Mrs. S says Ford Fiesta is getting her comeuppance for being a snot-nosed snob. for being a snot-nosed snob who thinks she was better than Madame Duchess. She was being a snot-nosed snob. So that is an apt description. That is an apt description, Mrs. S. She was yes, that you remember when she, instead of looking, or Edward was talking with Harry and Meghan, and she just sort of had her nose up in the air and was looking to her left and looking. I mean, it was just like, Sophie, really, girl? Somebody had to come down from her high horse. So there you go. So let's see. One more before we go. Let's see. Joy says, blackout. You don't see that video about Camilla and the child on any UK news. Yes, they black out. Yes, absolutely. Camilla has they're all her friends. Yeah, they will never put that on there. And I'm amazed that even that was even on on that royal channel. But I think what ended up happening, they may have taken down the full one that they had, because I saw another one that was completely edited, and I was like, wait a minute, y'all edited stuff out of this video. So yeah, you wouldn't see that video of Camilla there at all. Yep, there you go. But anyways, well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys being on here at my such short notice. Thank you to our awesome moderators. I didn't see Lydia today. So Lydia, did I miss you in the chat? Let me read it. Did I miss Lydia? I don't think I saw Lydia. So Lydia is probably working. But our awesome other moderators are here. Trish Nelly, Karen M, Cookies and Cream. Julia Rock, I didn't see, but she was probably here and I just didn't see her. But anyways, all moderators are awesome and are always doing a fantastic job keeping space safe from trolls, etc., and keeping it fun. Keeping a fun environment. So thank you. And to our awesome 2 Cents crew members, I'm going to take myself out of the way so you can see everyone who support the channel monthly. Thank you so much for the kindness of your heart. Thank you to all our others over on this page as well, and including our Gold Star supporters who support us, as you know, whether it's super chat, super thanks, super stickers, PayPal, Cash App, merchandise, all of those. ways that you support us. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Again, I'm going to put my banner back up there. If you haven't already, please go ahead and click the subscribe and click the notification bell so that you know when we drop a video. Thank you so much of all of you who have. If you are interested in supporting the channel, you are not obligated in any way, but if you're interested in supporting the channel, please be most grateful, but you can definitely please go ahead and do that. So anyways, I will join you guys on whether it's Baron or Duchess of Success shortly, but thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I love you all, and I will see you for Archetypes Tuesday tomorrow. Very excited. So I love you guys. I will talk to you later. Bye.